And I've been told that this hangout on air is now live, and I'm here with Ivan from Ivan Mike 1968. And our intention, as I understand it, is to brutalize his character in our All for One Regime Diabolique game. Is that right, Ivan?
Absolutely. I can't wait to be sliced and diced.
All right. Among the four musketeers in our shared 4GM game or exploration of Triple Ace Games All for One Regime Diabolique, Phillipe, Ivan's character, is developing the, I guess, the biggest reputation as a swordsman.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
And so, as a dutiful game master, I should put him in a situation where swords are useless. That's common logic, I guess. But
excellent. Okay, great. I'll have to use my charming wit.
That's right. Now,
Wait.
Ivan, could you tell us a little bit about Phillipe?
Yeah, I am Phillipe Moreau. I am a rather young man. I'm from the one of the southern provinces. I am a King's Musketeer. I'm very proud to be a King's Musketeer. The youngest of 6 brothers, and always lived in the shadow of my brothers. And so I don't think my parents knew my name. I don't think my father remembered my name after a while. I don't think they remembered if I left. And I took my lackey, Jacques, with me, who was kind of discarded. I don't think they knew he left either. I think they were glad. But I've fallen in with these 3 other musketeers who are, you know, just Briscoe is very dashing and debonair and a great ladies' man and a great talker. And Martin is serious and wants me to go to church all the time, or at least he looks like he should want me to go to church. And Jean-Marie, well, he kind of scares me a little bit, but he's very serious himself. But I really kind of look up to them. You know, I feel like, I don't tell them this, but I kind of feel like a little brother that's always trying to, you know, hey, take me too.
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of what he's like.
Now, you ran the last session for us, which was a lot of fun, which took place on a Thursday and a Friday, where we had 2 unexpected days off together, where we were all, including you, invited to a high society ball, and yet there was no sign of Phillipe, only his lackey, Jacques, who had stolen his invitation.
He stole it.
So why is it that Phillipe was spending all his time at the Renoir Academy of Fence instead of hanging out with his friends?
Well, it's kind of embarrassing, but to be honest with you, not once but twice during battles, I've been injured by people that shouldn't have been a threat. Just absolutely shouldn't have been. There was some cultist that stabbed me. I was facing 2 men at once, but I'm supposed to be able to do that in the Renoir Academy. And the second time, it was a nun. She hit me with a chair leg, knocked me right out. But I've just, you know, I've lost my. I feel like I've lost my mojo. Like the more that I've experienced, the people that I've actually been hurt with are probably on paper the people that shouldn't hurt me at all. So my confidence is a little shaken.
Well, now on this day, the Thursday, it's another day at the Renoir Academy. The wooden floor is echoing under the feet of all the students. Now, these students are the practical type, as you know. Not worried about the reputation of the school per se, worried about what lessons the school can transmit to them. These students, these people want to know how to defend themselves for real. These are not duelists who want to duel just for honor. These are people who want to defend their lives and possibly take it if need be. Many of these students have been hurt before and do not ever wish to be hurt again. The maestro of the school, the son of the original, the founder, is Claude Renoir, and he has been courting your favor recently, particularly as your notoriety as a swordsman rises.
Good.
And has recently invited you to start training new students.
Excellent. Excellent.
And
This gives me a great excuse.
that's where we will open today's session. Claude takes you aside after training and asks, would you mind introducing a new student to the basics of what we teach?
It would be an honor, sir. I do not mind at all. It is my duty to the Academy.
Well, that it is. Now, Phillipe, I want you to know that this is a very young man. He claims to be 16, but I'd be surprised if he is.
I understand.
And as you can probably guess, he must be of noble birth.
Of course, of course.
Like yourself, but perhaps farther up the tree.
Oh, like Martin. Okay, I can do this.
When will you bring your friends to the Academy?
Oh, well, sometimes Martin, he prays very much. Briscoe, well, I would be hard to find him on any given night. He has so many addresses, if you know what I mean, sir. And well, Jean-Marie, he has studied here.
Yes, I remember. Very serious man.
Oh, you said it. Very serious. Too serious.
Yes, but I digress. Thinking about too many things at one time. This young man, he's using the name Pierre, but I'm certain this is not his name.
Pierre.
So if you would, the usual drills. Make sure he understands how to care for his blade. Make sure he knows our training methods, and then give him the same introduction we gave you. He will have to beat you and another, or at least hold his own. 2-on-1 is the best he can hope for in these days of brigands and liars.
You know it. Absolutely.
So pick one of the other beginning students as his opponent. Your job is just to touch, use blunts, and well, his job is to show some control and hold his own.
I could do that. I could do that.
Scare him, don't scar him.
Oh, I could do that. I am very good at that.
He's waiting at the front of the salon, and Phillipe, he has paid for 6 months of instruction up front.
Up front?
This is important to me, and it's important to me that he knows he's being trained by me through one of the king's elite musketeers.
Okay. Take a deep breath. Okay. Okay.
Good luck. Then he returns to his inner sanctum in the academy.
Thank you, sir.
So this exchange took place on a catwalk where he can look down on the main training floor. There are other rooms in the salon for more specialized instruction, but you're above the main hall, and there is a lobby area outside it, which you'll have to descend and cross the floor to get to. There are maybe 10 students practicing here this morning of varying degrees of ability.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go take the walk down there, look at the students. Trying to pick out the one that's the most mature, that listens the best, which is difficult for me. But I want the one that's not going to try to hurt this guy. You know.
Okay.
If I tell him use blunts and just scare him, he'll scare him.
Right. There are a variety of guardsmen, like bodyguards or that type, messengers, practicing here. People who commonly face people in dangerous situations. The common soldier is not really able to afford these lessons as much as they might like to be able to. So picking out the most mature would definitely mean going with Denis.
Denis, okay.
He's slightly older than you. Has a terrible scar down the side of his face, no doubt from a duel where he was humiliated. Nobody talks about it or asks about it, but he trains hard, he listens carefully, and he does all the basics, which many people want to skip over. You know, he works on the footwork, on the stances, and repeats the basics over and over again.
Ah, good. Excellent. Okay, well, making sure not to scare him so he does not skewer me, I call him, Denis, come here.
He stops practicing, comes over. Phillipe?
I have a special, well, Master Renard has a special assignment for you. I need you to help me drill a new student. We need to practice with them. We need to give them the kind of the beginner's treatment, kind of scare them a little bit.
I remember.
But oh yes, but we're to use blunts, and Master Renard gave very strict instructions. Don't mark them. Don't poke them. Just scare them a little bit. And he told me that he would kill you if you screw up. Well, he might kill me too, but he might kill you first. But you are definitely the best on the floor, so I need somebody that's very good.
He gives you his salute, a sharp whip of the blade, and says, "Thank you for choosing me. I won't let you down."
Oh, no problem. If you could get us a couple blunts, that would be great. And I guess return the salute, and I head out to go find young Pierre.
Okay. Now the worst student in the academy is currently cleaning the floor. You know, watching. The others are getting ready to go. You suspect that Pierre has been asked to come at this time, as it will be mostly empty. So Denis returns with the blades and says, "Are you still here? Is he still waiting in the front?"
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm getting him now.
Oh, okay. I'll wait here.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go run find this young Pierre.
So young Pierre is pacing. He's got that look on his face, like Martin gets actually when he's been when he himself is late, or when someone is late meeting him. Like, how can this be?
I swallow hard, not knowing really exactly how to approach this, but bonjour, young Pierre. I am Phillipe. Welcome.
Phillipe, it's my pleasure.
Well, thank you.
Will be, my name is Pierre.
Ah, yes, Master Renard told me already, and he told me that I should come get you, and he has selected the very best, which would be me, myself. I'm a King's Musketeer, if you could not tell.
You're a musketeer.
I am. Not much older than you. I have only turned 20, but an amazing musketeer. Surely you've heard of Phillipe Moreau.
I was just about to ask if you were that Phillipe.
I have dispatched many Spanish spies. So
I've heard. I had no idea the kingdom was so rife with Spanish spies.
it is amazing. They are everywhere, which is why the Musketeers are an important organization. However, this is no matter. I have the other best in the academy, Denis, and the two of us will give you the beginning drill. But we are very excited to have you here.
Oh, and I'm excited. Is it true that you've tangled with the Cardinal's guards?
It is not supposed to happen. Sometimes there is some tensions. Yes.
I mean, I won't tell anyone, but is it true?
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. And we have trounced them many times.
Okay. Please take me to your lesson.
Absolutely. So I escort him to the area. Shall Denny, grab a blunt foil, hand it to Pierre.
He takes it. He seems to know which end to hang on to.
Oh, good. Have you had any sort of fencing lessons before? Any experience with a sword?
Uh, yes, not formal like this, but in my family, it's a requirement.
Ah. Okay, then. Well, we will. Denny and I will just kind of give you an evaluation, see how skilled you are defending yourself. But in the Runeau Academy, we defend ourselves against many. That is how we learn, because the public does not fight fair. Spanish spies do not fight fair. Other members of other noble houses will not fight fair. You may
Well,
be attacked.
that is very true, and that's why I'm here.
So, in order to do this, we need to know just where you are right now, how good you are, so that we know how to proceed. Are you ready?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I give Denny the look.
So Denis moves off to Pierre's left, so that you are at 90-degree angles, you in front and Denis off to the man's side.
Alrighty. At this point, I don't know if we need to roll for anything, or we're just going to role play this whole thing through.
Oh, we can roll, because you're trying not to hurt him.
Oh, excellent. That's even better.
So now Pierre adapts, and he adjusts, he turns so that he has both of you in front of him. He doesn't allow Denis to stand by his side.
Good.
All right. Initiative, my young friend. You need to beat a 3.
Alrighty, let's see here. How can we roll initiative with a child? 3. I got a 3.
Okay. And that has you going first.
Okie dokie.
Okay. So Pierre is waiting. He's not going on the aggressive, as he'll have to learn in this academy. He's waiting for you to come to him.
I gotcha.
He also seems poised for thrusting. He's crouched. He's protecting his center with his blade. Not in a position to easily slash. So.
Gotcha. I think at this point, really, maybe I'm just going to want to feint. Maybe give him like a little, see if I can kind of draw him out.
Okay.
Really, just so Denis can just like tap him on the head with something. So at this point, yeah.
So how would that look? He's got, you're at 90 degrees. Right? You're making a 90-degree angle. He's turned, so he's looking down the middle between the two of you.
Yeah, I really want to draw him out. So as I try to slash them, he's going to try to defend, and then just kind of give Denis that second to kind of tap him, just to let him know he's there. You could have had him.
Okay.
That's really kind of my intent. It's just to try to draw him out.
Okay, so you want to feint. A trick, this is.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt him.
Okay, so how do you want to do this trick? What do you want to base it on?
Probably just fencing itself.
Okay.
I'm hoping just to roll 7 dice and just kind of trick him,
Okay. Now, because it is a feint, I'm going to raise the difficulty a bit. You're going versus his intelligence.
Okay, right on.
Okay.
Gonna roll 7 dice, and this is going to be 3. This is not going to be that hard to defend.
Okay.
Rolling 7 dice, that's what I get.
Okay. So he keeps in the guard position. He gives ground, and you see his eyes flick over to Denis, who was moving in, but who then settles down. And Pierre smiles.
Oh, good, good. I'm impressed.
And he flushes with pride.
Good, good, because we're going to keep his money. Good, good.
He goes, thank you. And he loses his posture, right? And he starts, thanks. I wondered, were you going to attack? And then he tags him.
Yeah.
What?
I like him. Just like that. Do not worry. I did worse the first time.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so stupid.
Do not be sorry. Just defend yourself.
So he goes back into his guard position.
Okay, I guess he's not going to attack me. The heck with it. Alrighty. This time.
His eyes are shifting between you and Denis.
All right. This time I'm going for a real honest slash, but I'm going to try not to hurt him. So what language to not hurt him?
Okay, so that makes your difficult. Your difficulty is 2.
Okay. So all right. Well, that's 11 dice. Well, actually, no. I guess it would be 9. I'm not doing the lethal. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
I'm removing the lethal. Okay, good enough. So that's 4.
4. Nicely done.
4.
I will have him defend. Okay. You connect a little solidly, slightly more solidly than you had hoped. Certainly normal for a fencing academy.
Right.
Right. No worries. But you see the look cross his face that you slashed him, so he's been whipped with your steel, basically. And he hesitates a second, and then he extends into a lunge. All right, so defend yourself against.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna, man. Yeah, okay, I'll parry. I'll do my usual parry, but.
Okay. So this will be tough.
Okay, well, it's nearly impossible. I got a 6. But I am not going to repost.
Good plan. So this exchange goes on, and every time he starts to engage you, he forgets about Denis. Or when he engages Denis, he forgets about you. And this is normal.
Right.
For students. But he has been taught. He does show elements of style, just not experience.
Excellent, excellent.
And he's showing signs of strain, of stress. This is important to him. And he's trying too hard now. He's getting in his own way mentally.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to call it. Excellent, excellent. That's good. Perhaps just for a moment, to give you a little bit more, experience. Why don't the 2 of you attack me? Just for a moment.
Okay. And Denis is like, oh, really? Yes. Yes, sir.
And I look over to Denis and I actually come over to him for a second. So hold on. I say, don't hold back. Go ahead. But let him hit me. Just draw me out enough. Make him look good for a second.
Don't hurt me. He said.
Oh, when have I ever hurt you?
Yesterday.
Yes, it's true.
So, all right. So Denis takes the aggressor mode and is trying to draw you out. Moving in really close, attempting to use his shoulder to push you out of place, distract you, getting inside your blade, wide slashes. He's constantly in motion, always dragging you away from Pierre. Pierre tends to follow him, though, not going the other way.
Right. I just start shouting, attack me from the other side, the other side. Trust me, I can take you both. I can take you both.
All right. So let's try one exchange. So Denis comes in with, he's getting better. He's got a pretty good attack here. He's coming in with a nearly impossible attack.
Ah, excellent, excellent. Oh,
Nearly impossible to defend against such an attack.
Yeah, I did happen to write a nearly impossible. I did happen to roll 6.
Nice.
But that was close. That was close.
Really close. So you've got your bell guards engaged against each other, and now of course,
yeah, of course,
Pierre must be coming in, and with the blunts, you're dealing with 4 successes.
Oh, excellent.
Now -2 for the second attack.
Yeah, excellent. I get 4. Just managed to whack him at this last second.
So he is, well, pretty much in awe of you. He says, I think I found the teacher for me. And imagine he's a king's musketeer. And then he remembers that Denis is there and says, and you, sir.
And Denis is fantastic. Thank you so much. I put my hand on his shoulders and say, I'm coming here. We can teach you how to do what you have just seen. It is not impossible. It just takes work. It is very easy to be caught off guard and forget the man, the second man, or the third man, or the fourth, as I know.
How many have you faced at one time?
Oh, I think it must have been 3, 4. A lot. A lot. Many.
And you still stand, and seemingly unscarred.
I have been burned a little bit. I have been hit.
In a duel?
No, I ran into a fire, but this is a very long story.
Now, he's so enthusiastic, he really does seem significantly younger than 16.
Yeah.
And could you give me a perception check, please? Just for fun.
I can. Okay, let's see. 2.
Okay. The young man seems to be wearing makeup.
Odd.
You can see signs of sweat cutting through it at the side from his workout.
He paid 6 months up front. Don't say anything about it, Phillipe. I raised my eyebrow, though. I was like, that's odd. That's
now
odd.
a cloud passes his face, and he says, today's lesson is over, then?
I would say for now. I need to talk to Master Renard and really talk about how to proceed. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine. Do you have duties afterward?
Today I do not. Today is a day off.
Would
I
you
will train for a while.
After you finished training and speaking with the master, would you do me a favor?
Sure, what is it?
Could you escort me home?
But of course. And I fire Denis to look like, don't you say anything. And blow 6 months worth of income to the academy. Some of which is hopefully coming my way. Just kind of like
Denis is just, taking care of the equipment and saying nothing. But that is, you picked the mature one, right?
You're right. I did pick a mature one.
He's oh good. I'll wait in the front room.
Okay. You shall not be long. So I go whack Denis on the shoulder. Thank you very much. That was good. It's a little odd. Just don't say anything. Anything you saw that was odd, I know I can trust you.
You mean the disguise?
Disguise?
Yeah, he's disguised.
Oh, I noticed he had a little makeup. I thought that was one of the Parisian fashions, you know. You know, the nobles do crazy things.
Well, that's no. He's done something with it's disguise.
Wow. You're a smart man. You should become a musketeer. We could use some more men.
Really?
Uh, yeah, we need more smart men. We need more smart men. I don't know.
I think Master Renoir is waiting for you.
Oh yes, thank you. Smart man. That's why I picked you. So I scuttle up to Master Winnar and
Okay, so he's nervously pacing the floor and so
it went well. The boy has skills. I'm not sure where he got them. I mean, we gave him the treatment. You know, we tapped him a couple times, pretty good. Let him see me defend against me and Denis. I picked Denis. You know,
wise
he's
choice.
yeah. But he is. I'm going to escort him home. He asked me to escort him home. I'm not sure why. And you know, I noticed something. I think he is wearing a disguise.
Yes, I think you're right. And he asked you to escort him home.
He did, so I'm not sure why. Perhaps he's afraid of something.
Many men come to my academy after having been beaten.
Hmm. I only came because I needed a place worthy of my skill. But yes, many men have.
He takes you by the shoulders and says, "That is the spirit I want in all
Uh,
our students."
well, you know, it can't be everybody. I, of course, only got beaten afterwards. But that is why I come
is,
here to train so much.
is it possible? Can you take him home?
Oh yes. I told him I was going to train, but I will just clean up a little bit and then take him.
If possible, find out who he's afraid of.
Uh, I will. I will do this. I will do
The
this.
more we know about them, the better we can train him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, okay. And I look absolutely bewildered as I'm trying to think of how do I figure this out.
Do this well, Phillipe, and your next month here with us will be free.
Free? Oh, that is a good thing. I will not fail. I will not fail. I will not fail.
Okay, now go.
So come back to my senses and run back. Just clean up a little bit.
Sure.
And don't take very much time. I don't want to keep young Pierre waiting.
So when you get back to him in the front room, he is also kind of straightened his clothing and tied it up a bit, but he's pacing nervously and he keeps pulling the drapes back to look out into the street and
Pierre, I am ready. I am ready.
good. Uh, yes, good.
Well then, if you are ready, then we can leave, and you can show me where you live, and I will escort you home and tell you stories about the musketeers and things.
Okay, okay. And so I should tell you I snuck out of the house this morning to come here.
I used to sneak out of my house all the time. I let this bull out once. Well, actually, it was many times, but yes.
The
So,
the bull? Why?
oh well, because it looked like it might be fun. It took forever to get the bull back. This is how I learned. This is how I learned to climb trees. This is another story I should tell you.
Motivation then. Oh,
Absolutely, absolutely.
okay.
So you snuck out, so they did not know you are gone.
No, no.
Hmm. Okay.
So it's not too far. But you know, I'm sorry I don't have a carriage. We must walk.
No, that is okay. That is okay. I enjoy walking the streets of Faerie. So, shall we go?
Really? Yes, yes. So, you know, he's fingering his sword and looking suspicious. He's looking left and right, and then, you know, tries to control himself and look more natural.
Look, I leaned down and said, "Tell me, do you have any enemies?"
Uh,
I have many.
Yes,
Huh, you do.
but you protect the king. I'm
Sometimes I protect Briscoe, but that is an entirely different story.
Briscoe. Who's that?
Oh, Alphonse, he is the heartbreaker, but he can get himself in a lot of trouble. And us, but
Oh.
what kind of enemies do you have?
Well, I've only recently come to Paris,
Ah,
uh, and I'm here because of my father. My father wishes for me to study with my cousin, and I guess to kill a man.
to kill a man. For revenge?
No, I think the man will be coming for me, and I've been followed, and I'm not afraid, but I don't want to let my father down.
Ah,
I haven't been followed by one brave man. I've been followed by a, a gang of scoundrels who won't answer me when I yell at them in the shadows and follow me everywhere I go.
a gang of scoundrels. More than four?
Yes.
Ah, is no matter. Having enemies is not always a bad thing. It builds character, it makes you more interesting. Just like a scar. Well,
Okay.
I can see this is not getting through to this young man at all. I'm trying to think of anything at all that might be comforting or make him feel cooler, as a result of being scared out of his mind.
And that's just the
And
problem. He's really on a razor's edge. I mean, even Phillipe can sense this. um,
oh, but before we go, why don't you tell me why they would want to kill you?
okay. You know, I can tell from your accent that you were well raised, well bred.
Well enough, yes.
So you know what it's like between brothers and wanting to take over the family and the
Oh yes,
the
I've
jealousies that can arise if someone thinks that you have something that they are owed. Well, my
yes.
my family story is similar, and one of my relatives is one by one, piece by piece, killing off all the young men.
But why?
I guess he's, according to my father, he feels the wrong man is the head of the family, and so if he cannot be head of the family, then there will be no more family other than what springs from him.
Sounds diabolical. No. Is this the man you are to kill?
Yes, for my father.
And why does your father not kill him?
Well, we can't all be physically talented.
Ah, I understand.
And if challenged, he would face him. He would face him down, and he would win because he is right.
But you have the heart of the warrior, and you have the I can tell you have the skill, and you could.
He smiles again. First smile
You,
in a while.
yeah, you could kill a man, but it will take time for your skill to develop. As it took mine, it's very easy to be drawn out, very easy to be tricked. Somebody with more experience can be very dangerous. I can see your dilemma.
So you're moving through. The streets of Paris are crowded with this is prime time, right? So laborers are moving through, wagons with heavy loads, and people are pressed to the sides of the street trying to avoid the muck and mire, and the stench is really starting to rise. And you'll have to pass out of this poor section where the Renoir Academy currently is to get to the wealthier sections where he's headed. And of course, even dressed down like both of you are, the cut of your clothes, the cleanness makes you stand out. And eyes are definitely following you, from common cut purses to more predatory criminals. There are lots of mundane risks along this walk home.
I smile and wave every once in a while. Somebody gives us a real good look. Hello, bonjour, salut. Walking loud and proud, King's Musketeer, just hanging out. You know, like, all right, hello.
You're on your day off. Do you have your tabard?
Of course I do.
All right. So there aren't very many people who are willing to mess with you, right?
And part of this is just to impress the guy, impress Pierre. Might as well throw it on.
As soon as they see the white cross on blue, it's like, okay, never mind.
Bonjour.
Okay.
So I'm walking like I own the place, or at least trying to. Yeah.
All right. Now he mentions this morning it was so much easier. There was so few people on the street. Now it feels like there's eyes everywhere. I can't.
You get used to it. There is an excellent. Did you pass by the croissant makers? The croissant cafe?
No, I haven't eaten today.
Oh, it's an excellent new bread.
Would you like some? I'll buy.
Of course. What's that over the croissant place?
Okay. Crescent. Okay. So, you know the owner then?
Yeah. Whose name entirely escapes me at this exact moment, but
He doesn't need to know the man's name.
I know I invented it not so long ago out of character, but yeah, okay, there we go.
Right. So, you arrive. It's busy, and the owner greets you and says, another musketeer. Your dear friend Briscourt has recently left without paying.
Oh yes. Well, I'm sure that think for a second. I'm sure that Martin will pay for it. Isn't he usually good for that? I think.
Well, he said that he would cover it if Briscourt didn't.
So Martin will be paying you.
I see. I see.
Do not worry. Martin's piety is enough for the both of them.
Well, all right. That's true. What would you have, gentlemen? Please sit. And who is this young man?
This is Pierre, a fine new student at the Renoir Academy. Very talented, very talented. I'm sure he'll be a great addition to our academy. Perhaps just a couple of croissants, maybe some wine.
All right. And so he moves off to get you that. And there's a small table available for you.
Oh, excellent. So seat, Pierre, sit down. Wine is okay, right? You can pay for this next time.
There's certainly no trouble. Money
Yeah.
is no trouble.
Aye, yes, King's Musketeers. That is the one thing we get paid. We get paid well, but sometimes they forget to pay us for a while. This is that one of those times. I'm waiting for the next payment.
Well, yes, I understand. It's difficult. So in sweeps a familiar person
Huh.
in a brilliant crimson cloak. It's Jean-Luc Thibodeau, injured man, still recovering, who once claimed you were not fit to shine his boots.
So it is.
He goes up to the owner and leans in close to whisper to him, asking him questions.
I'm kind of just looking, trying not to be too conspicuous, because I really don't fancy a run at this exact time. But
They finish their whispered conversation. As he turns around, he sees you sitting there, and his face darkens.
do I wave or do I not wave?
But he walks out.
Oh, good riddance. I kind of do a little cross, just a little one.
Who is that?
Oh, that was Thibodeau. Sometimes we call him Boots. Cardinal's Guard. Very nasty man.
Boots?
Still, Boots. Yes, he claimed that I was not fit to shine his boots. I showed him whose boots. I was fit to shine. He was not fit to shine mine.
Tell me about it.
Well, it was a day we just came out of a chapel, because the Musketeers are pious. At least some of us are pious. Anyhow, does not matter. It does not matter. I believe Briscoe might have made a confession. One of his confessions. We come out, and we are set upon by 3 Cardinals Guards. Henri, and let's see who else was there. It does not matter. The guy with the perfect hair, and Thibodeau, and
Perfect hair.
perfect hair. Yes. Who did not fight that day? He merely talked to Briscoe about hair. Crazy. But anyhow, we got in a pitched sword fight. And Boots did not last long. I hurt him pretty badly. I thought to kill him for a second. Such a bastard, but I did not.
You have such an exciting life. You're never afraid?
Oh, I'm afraid. I am afraid, yes. I do not think that fear, that lack of fear, makes a man. I believe courage is when a man is afraid and moves forward in spite of his fear. I was not afraid. I do not think I could fence well. I always have to be thinking about where the danger is coming from.
What if the fear is too great?
Then the fear can paralyze you. And I've had this happen early in my fencing days, early at the academy, facing 3, 4 opponents. I've become so afraid of where the next blow is coming from, even with the blunts, because they hurt. I think I might have stung just a little bit too much today.
You did, monsieur.
Yeah. My bad. But my apologies. But you get so afraid of that you become paralyzed, and then the blows come fast.
How can you know you'll be able to act?
I do not know. I think only through experience. Only through those finally getting to that time where you get through it, you fight the 4-man, and you realize you had not thought about it. You were afraid, but you did not let your fear stop you. Only with experience, I think. That was very profound. That is something that Martin would say. Jean-Marie, I should write this down. I think I'm smart.
Of course you are. No man could be the fighter that you are without intelligence.
This is true. This is true.
So you speak so fondly of your friends. This
You
is
have
something
to.
that I miss here in Paris. I have none here.
I did not have any when I got here either. I understand. The Musketeers, well, I'd always wanted to be a Musketeer, and of course, with my skill, I should be a Musketeer, but enough about me. With your skill, you could be a Musketeer, but this is not what you're talking about. Anyhow, I remember I had no friends, but I joined the Musketeers, and I met, I met men. I met these three men that they were older. They were like older brothers. I've had 5 older brothers, but they did not pay attention to me. But these men paid attention to me. And over time, we fought together, we talked together, we drank together, we became friends. And this did not happen overnight. So I believe that you must do the same thing.
You sound like my father.
I'm
It is
amazed that I
good
sound
advice. I do not mean to be insulting. I'm sorry. I mean, my father has said similar things to me, but you must always be perfect.
Yes, yes. I have friends that are plagued by that. I did not get plagued as much. That is the one thing. Are you a youngest son, an oldest son? What are you?
The youngest.
Ah, oh, I know. My family was so big that my father did not talk to me as much. I did not have the pressure that the oldest did. The oldest, much pressure.
Well, at
Not me.
least they know the name of the oldest.
Oh, there is that. Take an imaginary dagger out of my heart.
Start
Ah,
with
you are better. Better with
boy.
your wit than you are with a rapier.
This was delicious. I would love to come back here again.
Ah, anytime. Anytime. The best croissant in town.
So he goes up to pay. And
Excellent. I breathe a sigh of relief.
out in the street, there are no signs of Cardinal's guards.
Excellent. Excellent. That would be very embarrassing if I got trounced by a trio of Cardinals guards right about now.
I'm the greatest swordsman that is. Oh. So, so he's nervously looking about and starting to slink as soon as you get out on the street.
Mm. I start to hold myself even more erect. Just kind of slap him on the shoulder a little bit, little friendly slap. It's you must stand proud, even if there are men, enemies after you. You cannot let them get you down.
But okay,
I know it is difficult.
all right. Now, the streets of Paris are sometimes difficult to identify as being streets. Sometimes they seem like these narrow alleyways, and sometimes you just simply cannot pass what's occurring on the larger roads.
Hmm.
And so it is that you two are not forced off course. He admits it's actually a shortcut as far as he remembers, but you'll have to pass through this collection of old houses. There are upper layers built, over each other, leaning over the street. It's quite dark, and often there's a form of rain, which can happen unexpectedly, and
Uh,
muck in the streets that is better left unidentified. And you'll pass through this narrow alley into a large courtyard from which several other alleys will emerge, and you'll cross over to another large street and then be much closer to your destination. But he's hesitant about passing through. But really, there's no choice.
Yeah, it'll be okay. It'll be thrilling. It will be an adventure. I love little alleys like this.
So he smiles. And a group, as you might expect and embrace with your thrill-seeking nature, +1 style to you, my friend, added to the 3 you've started with.
Excellent.
Your thrill-seeking nature has led you into the grip of a gang of what look like rabble. You know, they've got muddy clothes, and their shoes are just sackcloth tied around their ankles, and like from the depths of poverty, the grit is caked into their nails. But Phillipe, I would like you to check perception.
I will do that. I will do that. And that would be a mighty 1.
Okay.
May the dice gods be kinder to me during the fight.
All right. Well, with that 1 success, there's nobody hiding, right? I'll give you your sense of combat. So this is a almost circular space.
You're right.
Right. On the wall to your right, there's a bunch of broken barrels, wagon wheel, that kind of thing. There's a large pile of destroyed furniture and shattered wood leaning up against the wall of a building directly across the courtyard from you. There are 3 other exits out of here, all very narrow. That pile of rubble, you could probably, climb up it. It might shift unexpectedly underfoot, but it would give you access to a low-hanging roof or something along those lines.
All right.
There's not much else in this alleyway other than mud and an open cover into the sewers. The grate has been pulled up and cast aside, so there's this open, almost 1 meter by 1 meter square hole in the center of the courtyard into which this filth oozes.
Typical. Okay.
And the rabble, whoever they are, have put themselves into a loose crescent reminiscent of the meal you just ate.
Delicious.
We've got no grief with you, musketeer. Leave the boy and go.
I'm afraid I cannot do that.
Then you can die. And they come rushing in.
Okie dokie. Let's do it.
And it's like 11 o'clock in the morning.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Initiative.
All righty. 2.
2. Okay. Well, they get to go first.
Fantastic.
Okay. Pierre seems to have frozen. So he's in the mouth of the alley, not fully into the courtyard. You're slightly ahead of him. To his right or to his left?
I'm going to be to his right.
Okay. So the barrels are
closer to me,
within an easy step of you.
Right.
Okay. So they are, some of them had knives out already, glinting in the almost noonday sun. The sun is behind you, so your shadow is stretching out across the courtyard, long and tall and thin. And the rest of them pull out a second weapon, so they're coming at you with 2 knives, and they rush forward in a kind of coordinated attack. But not all 4 men are going to close and attack you at once. As a student of Renoir, you easily see this. They're not they're not prepared. They're too busy looking at each other like, where is the other man? It's almost like they're gearing up to attack you one at a time.
Right.
But they're blocking your forward motion. They've made this half ring through the alleyway. They're not attacking as they should.
Yeah. Well, I admire my shadow for a moment because, man, that looks beautiful. I can see just with the plume and everything. That looks dashing. I look 20 feet tall. Okay, back to the fight.
If only my father could see my shadow. Okay, so they are attacking first, and the first one comes in. You need to defend yourself against a 3. A tough attack.
Oh, 2.
Oh my goodness!
With 11 dice. With 11 dice.
Remember, when you have a pool bigger than 10 dice, you can take the average on the 10, even in combat.
Should have done that.
Okay, so he comes in with the 2 knives, and he feints off toward your sore hand, drawing you out, but then slashes you very lightly across the leg. It's painful, not deadly, and you take 1 lethal wound.
Yeah, but it turned out to be just a scratch.
Just a scratch, unfortunately, ruining your clothes. Right, 2 styles for that, my friend. 2 style for that.
Okay. Oh yes, 2 styles.
Yeah. We're not having a discount on wound reduction today.
Hey, Pierre, I don't suppose you have any style points, you know.
So you had 4. You've used 2. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't get wounded in front of this kid. That'd be terrible.
You're right. All right, so this guy's right in front of you, and there's 1 more to your left and 2 more to your right.
Okay. Nobody else is attacking me at this point?
Just that first guy.
Just that first. Well, man, these guys are really. So I'm going to shout to Pierre. Pierre, draw your sword. And I'm going to attack this guy that just ruined my pants.
Okay.
So I'm going to slash, but with an 11 die pool, I can actually take the average and roll 1 more. Is that the idea?
You got it, baby.
All right. Well, then I'm going to do that, which I get a 0, but that's still 5.
Okay. Excellent. So, drawing your sword and slashing across, right? Who? The guy that just cut you? Is that what you said?
The guy that just cut me, yeah. Because he just ruined my pants, and that's just not cool.
Excellent. So he goes down. The pain. He's not dying, but he grips his belly as you draw the steel across it. Blood's bubbling up between his fingers. He goes, ah, and he crumples at your feet, kind of as an obstacle. So he's on his knees right in front of you, dropping the blades.
Excellent. I look at Pierre and kind of smile, like, see, that's pretty easy.
Okay. I'm going to give you a style point for that. Now the others who are delaying their actions, they were holding their actions to see what would occur when their leader charged in. They hesitate for a second, but move in to the attack. Right. So the first attack comes in. Again, 3 successes.
All righty. Well then, and that's 7. 7 back at him. So
okay,
that's a riposte. The riposte
and a
for 4.
riposte.
A riposte, yeah.
So how does this riposte look? He comes in with an overhand.
With an overhand, I'm just twisting his blade out of the side, just like coming right down on his shoulder, kind of slashing down the front of his shirt,
Right. So he screams as the blade bites in. He staggers back across the barrels, and the barrels are just rotten.
Yeah.
Right. So he collapses into this mess of broken barrel staves and the iron hoops and this cloud of old rotten flour and must and mold explodes around him.
That's awesome.
Next one, the one to your left, takes a slash kind of toward your arm.
Yeah. Oh, one success out of 9 dice. Why, dice gods? Why?
That's 2. Too lethal.
2 lethal after that. Okay. Oof. Well, that hurt.
You want to reduce some of it with style, or?
Yeah, I gotta get rid of 1.
Okay.
I gotta get rid of 1 at this point.
All right. Now, for your dedication to showing this kid that, you know, there's no way that he's chosen the wrong school, I'm going to give you back another style.
Excellent. And is he still frozen at this point?
He is. He's just standing there, sword half out of the scabbard, but he's just standing there. His eyes are huge, and he's watching you very carefully.
Right.
Or he's, you know, not seeing anything at all, in tunnel vision.
Yeah, I mean, my inclination is really, I would really love to get out there in the middle of the courtyard and start jumping around and confusing these guys, but I don't want to leave them alone either.
Okay.
It's kind of like an anchor, unfortunately, at this point. So.
Yep.
So I just shout again, Pierre! Pierre!
So you have 2 down. You have 2 left.
2 left. Man, what shall I do at this point?
Now it's your go.
It's my go. I try to scare the hell out of him. I try to intimidate him.
All right.
I got 4 of intimidating. I'm seeing it. Maybe if I can do it synergistically with my fencing, and maybe just do some crazy moves and just kind of go out there.
Yeah, sure.
Go all briscoe on them for a second with the whip out the mangosh. You know, maybe even pick up one of the rapiers of the other guys, just to look ridiculous.
Okay, so you drag out your mangosh. That increases your defense by 1.
Yeah.
And sure, I'll add intimidation as synergy to your fencing attack because you've just taken out 2.
Right.
They charged in. So, and the other 2 hesitated about coming in for the attack. Now they know they've wounded you, and but go. So add 2 to your attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure how I should do this mechanically. Whether I should roll 4 intimidation and add 2 from fencing, or
no, add 2 to the fencing pool.
Okay, I'll do that. Alrighty, yeah, then I'll do that, and just grab another die here. And no, that's disgusting. Good. 6, 8, 10. It's 10.
Okay. You've just killed a man. I want you to know.
Excellent. That's okay.
And the other man looks you in the eye for a second and runs, sliding through the human filth into the sewer grate.
Right. And as we lock eyes for a second, I look at him like, just shake my head like, no. Bad idea.
The first man who attacked, who was holding his stomach, right, he staggers to his feet, attempting to follow along. The guy who got thrown into the barrels, he's out cold. And the last man, which I said, is dead, skewered on the end of your blade.
All right. I kick him off. I grab the guy that's still trying to get up to his feet. The guy that's lashed, and said, "Tell me, who put you up to this? I will let you live if you answer."
I haven't eaten in 3 days.
Okay.
Look at him. He's wearing my family's food for a year.
So you are going to steal his clothes?
And his money?
And his money. I'm clocking this guy right in the head. Just knock him out. I'm disgusted with this guy.
You lay him out cold in the muck of the courtyard. Phillipe is still standing there with the blade half drawn.
So that is how you fight several men. Are you okay?
You're amazing.
I am. But this takes practice. You can be amazing too.
I don't think I could ever be so good.
Absolutely. It only takes time and practice and skill. But you have skill.
I don't have time.
Why don't you have time? We should not stand here in this alley. This is dangerous. We should move. But why don't you have time?
When you're being hunted. He kind of runs out of things to say, but he starts moving through the alleyway.
Let me tell you, probably the best place to be if you were being hunted is Runeslinger Academy. Who would be foolish enough to break into there with all the master swordsmen?
it's. Do you think he would let me stay there?
Oh, well, and now I'm just thinking to myself, man, that was stupid for me.
Hey!
I do not know. I do not know. Oh, this is not what I meant. But, however, you could take lessons for a long time during the day. But,
oh, that would make me feel safe. And I know if anyone came to find me there, that I would be safe.
I know that I mopped the floor many, many times.
I would have to mop the floor.
Well, you stay there, you do things. Sometimes I had to pay for my lessons in other ways. But just it gives you something to do.
Oh, and so he starts fumbling in his belt pouch to present you with money for having just saved his life.
Oh, no, please, no. It's okay.
No, please, I insist. You must. I want to hire you as my bodyguard. I need the protection.
I can bodyguard people on time off, but I cannot bodyguard you all the time. I mostly work for the king. And it's true, we pick up jobs. Sometimes we are even asked to be security for private parties. But
of course, I understand.
I could not do it all the time. We will talk of this.
So you continue on your way and come to an estate. Lovely house. Not too far from the ball that you don't have time to attend. This is it. Would you be able to come get me tomorrow?
I could, yes. What time?
Whenever, any time in the morning that's good for you. I'll make it worth your while, I promise.
Oh, absolutely. I can come get you first thing in the morning. Perhaps we'll have breakfast.
Certainly.
All right. So this is your home?
The home of my cousin.
Oh, of your cousin. That's right. You have not just come into Paris, so you have not gotten a home yourself yet.
No, I'm fortunate to be able to stay with him. He's one of the more educated and powerful men I know.
Oh, and who is your cousin?
He tells me to call him Emile.
Emile. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Listen, Emile, I've heard this name.
Thank you, Monsieur. You've saved my life, and I'll make sure that everyone knows it.
I will. It is okay. But yes, well, I'm Phillipe Moreau. Of course. Why would you not tell people? And I smile as I shall see you in the morning.
He enters the gate and leaves you alone on the street.
Well, I'm going to make my way back to the barracks. Well, it is still early, isn't it?
It is indeed. It's barely noon.
Nearly noon. Well, then I'm going back. I'm going back to practice some.
Excellent. Okay. By which way do you go?
That is a really funny question. Well,
Like back the way you came?
no, I do not think so. You know, I never. I am. I am modest. I never go back to look at my handiwork and admire it. I will go a different route.
Okay. That's probably for the best.
Probably. Modesty.
Modesty. Yes, I'm modest. All right. Now, if you head back to the Renoir Academy, you're a musketeer, looking like you're on the king's business, but I must remind you that you are bleeding a bit.
Right. I should go see Luciano. That's what I should do.
All right. Everybody's favorite Italian.
It is. It is. I should go to Luciano. I sure hope he has his glasses with him.
Wait, just a second.
Luciano is this wonderful, wonderful lackey that Jean-Marie has, and he is blind as a bat. A little grumpy, but hell of a doctor. Hell of a doctor. And has an engaging accent.
Engaging. Yes, it's just lovely. Right. Okay, so Luciano is, if anybody's wondering what that panting sound is, that's Ariel, who's just obsessed with breathing this morning. So
I like it myself.
So Luciano is waiting, for the afternoon to move toward a more appropriate time for a nap.
So I knock, Luciano, I was hoping you could help me out a little bit here. I took a bit of a cut. I was hoping you could take a look at it.
Oh, you guys, I just don't understand. What? Show me.
I'll show. I'll take my shirt and look at my pants. They're ruined.
Can you not get through one day?
No, I wish I could. I wish I could. But you know, the life of a king's musketeer, it is dangerous.
This is your day off.
It is true. It's my day off. But you know, the city of Paris, it never takes a day off. Ruffians never take a day off. Evil never takes a day off. Spanish spies never. And I just shut up.
And so he dresses your wounds. And Luciano, as a great doctor, is able to alleviate the pain and stitch you up nicely, so you can remove your one lethal wound.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And my clothes. Why you have a needle and thread, Luciano? You think you could do something with these pants?
No.
Damn it. All right.
But why don't you try Eugene?
I was afraid you were going to say that. All right. I'm gonna run over to Eugene's pad as well.
Okay. So by the time you get there, Eugene is trying to sort through the ruins of Briscoe's wardrobe.
What has happened here?
She got everything laid out nicely and seems to be assembling, almost finished really, assembling a halfway decent set of clothes from all the ruined material and fabric.
Oh, looks wonderful. What happened to Briscoe's? Never mind. I don't want to know.
You're right. You don't want to know. None of you men want to know. How can I help you?
I was wondering if you could maybe stitch my pants a little bit here.
Of course. I'm not doing anything.
I appreciate it.
Give me your pants.
So I started to take my pants off right in front of him.
Takes your pants, stitches them up. This is going to take maybe an hour. So
Yeah, looking around, see
it's
if
a
Breezecore has any wine.
little awkward.
Now for me, I'm in front of another guy with my pants off. What could possibly be awkward?
I mean, conversation.
Ah, that's conversation. Yeah. So they're going to the ball tonight, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, I will not
And
be going.
why not?
Oh, tomorrow night. Yes, I have I have to drill at the academy. I have a lot of work to do.
You're hurt.
Oh yeah, Luciano, he's stitched up. It's fine. It's fine.
Who was it?
Oh, it was just a ruffian, street ruffian. Nobody important.
Just one?
There were 4, 5, 6, 5, a lot.
Well, what is it? 1, 5, or a lot?
You know, I get confused once I start using the thumb, so I know it was at least 4, probably 5. 6.
You're not kidding anyone, Philippe. I know you can at least count. And
There
much
were
more
many.
happily it goes about fixing your pants. Tell me the story.
Well, so I was taking this young new student back home, and you know, this student, you will not believe this. This student was wearing a disguise, like makeup, trying to look like somebody else. I'm not sure why. A very young boy. Said he was 16. He is not 16. Not 16. Maybe 13, maybe 12. But
Really?
we were set upon. Yeah. But and I knew he was wearing a disguise. I could tell he was wearing makeup or something. But because I'm very perceptive, it's very important for a King's Musketeer to be very perceptive.
Everybody says that about you.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Oh, yeah.
of course they do. Of course they do. So very perceptive. So you're set upon, but he says he's hunted by somebody. And
How terrible to hunt a child.
yeah, I don't understand it. Something about his cousin. I took him to his cousin's house, but or other cousin, whoever it was supposed to be hunting him. But we were set upon by, he said people were following him. There must have been 6 ruffians. They came upon us in an alley, and he froze. I was hoping to kind of do a little more dancing around and get him out to safety, but he froze. I couldn't leave him there, so I had to kill at least one of them. One other one didn't look so good, but
Well, he'll be in a terrible condition then as soon as he realizes that he froze in the face of danger.
I did not think of that. Yeah, think of that. You are very. You have quite the intuition, Eugene. There's something about you. You have more than usual intuition.
Well, I listen to you.
Ah,
Musketeers all the time.
this is true. This is true. Excellent stitchery. Great stitch work.
I must get back to Breezecore's clothing. I wish you luck with your young charge.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for the insight, the intuition. Very, very useful. So, what are my new dashing pants and
the excellent slash of stitching across them.
absolutely. You can't see unless you look really close. So
That's right.
And head back to the academy.
All right. From here, it's easy to get back to the academy without being molested by anything except filth and packs of dogs. And you arrive back at the Renoir Academy, where things are starting to pick up again. You know, as the afternoon goes on, people take an hour or two to practice engaging in bouts, and you hear the clash of steel inside, and you hear Renoir actually leading a class himself, shouting out commands and feedback like,
Right.
no!
Oh, I'm familiar with this feedback. I am familiar with this feedback. Sometimes I wake up screaming, thinking about that seat back. No, it is okay.
It's okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna just drill a little bit. Wait to talk to him though when he has a moment.
Okay. So when he sees you, he turns the class over to one of his other students, and gestures for you to come up to the catwalk around the balcony around the training area.
So yeah, so I'm just to start spinning the whole tale of everything that's happened since the cafe, just what Pierre has told me, the fact that his came here with his father, the whole story about his father, wanting him to kill somebody or to study, and the fact that he's hunted. I can tell. I'd be just absolutely forthright with him about being attacked in the alleyway. Just that he froze, but I showed him. I showed him some of the famous Renard skill. He would have been proud.
So he's looking down at your arm.
Yeah.
So they cut you.
One of them did, yes.
Well, I understand. We'll start training on this kind of situation where you lack the freedom of movement that you've come to expect.
Yes, I did feel anchored by this boy because I was afraid that one of them might take him. Maybe there would be more. I did not know. But if I left his side to really make use of the skill, I think he could have died. So I felt tethered to the young boy.
You are a brave man and an honor to the school.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. But I had an insight as I was coming back here after I had my pants repaired that this young boy might feel poorly after having frozen. I did not think of this at first, but it came to me all of a sudden in a great flash of intuition.
You are a man for whom courage is never in question.
Yeah. But I wonder if he is at home feeling poorly. I know how difficult it can be when you have failed, at least in your own mind.
Well, what do you propose to do about that?
I was hoping you would know.
Well, if you go back to him now, how would that look? Why did you leave him in the first place?
You're right. I escorted him home and said they would pick him up tomorrow.
Well, this is good. He wants to come back tomorrow.
Oh, yes, yes.
Good.
But he said he snuck out of his house today. His cousin's house, Emile's house. So I do not know if I should go knocking at the door today. That might not look good. Because perhaps he will sneak out tomorrow. This insight is coming more naturally to me.
I imagine so.
So perhaps I should not go back today and hope that he passes the night uneventfully. Yes, this is what I will do.
I think it is the best course of action.
You're right. Of course you're right.
All right. So that day winds up with more training, this specific type of training where you have to stand in front of this post and prevent yourself from being touched, but also from people from scoring hits on the post.
Excellent.
And it does not go well for you or the post.
That's even better. That's even better. I'm wondering which one of us is going to sleep worse tonight, Pierre or myself.
Well, you definitely get a good workout today. And true to his word, the maestro instructs the student who takes care of the books, his own son. He instructs him to ensure that Phillipe Moreau pays no dues this month for services rendered to the Renoir Academy.
Thank you, God.
So, Friday.
Friday.
Whatever will you do?
I am curious. I want to show up there very, very early before I think this young man would sneak out, because I want to watch him sneak out. I want to kind of get there. I'm going to go to bed early, and I'm going to try to get there before it gets light. And
Okay.
let's see. How sneaky am I this time?
How sneaky are you? Let's find out.
I did spend some points in stealth after those fantastic stealthy moves I made the other day.
That's fantastic. So you'll be all prepared the next time you try to break into a convent filled with evil witches.
Of course. What else is stealth for?
Okay. So you arrive early in the morning, crack of dawn, I guess.
Yeah, maybe just right before the crack. Yeah, right over there, because I really just want to catch up whatever's going to happen.
Okay, and you want to hide.
I want to hide, yeah.
Okay. So let's check your stealth then.
Let's check my stealth.
There is a house guard.
There's a house guard.
Yeah, there are two at the gate and one up by the door. They look bored. I mean, they look like your typical paid soldiery.
Paid soldiery. This is sounding very too. I got these 4 dice. Okay. Can I just take the average?
You certainly can.
All right.
All right.
Taking the average on being stealthy.
So you can see the front of the house. There's a wall around it, just mostly a decorative wall.
Right.
And that sort of thing. So Phillipe, when you were here before with Pierre, he had gone through the gate. The house guard had let him in and let him in the main door. You're not really sure how he might escape, but he'll have to either climb over the wall somewhere or come out the front gate.
Right.
So do you want to be toward the front of the house, the side, the back?
Oh man, I'm probably a little bit more towards the side, so I could just kind of still see the front gate, but I don't want to be standing right out there with open arms. So maybe just a little bit to the side. See if I can find whatever looks like the best structure to kind of just hide up against. There's a tree, a wall, something.
Sure. Okay. So you're hiding, waiting for him to.
Oh, are there trees?
Trees?
Yeah.
Not so much.
I'm very good with trees, but okay.
Because of the bull, your experience with the bull.
It'd be very good. It'd be very classy, musketeer. Ah, I'm here, Phillipe. But no, okay, no trees. Sorry.
Right. Now you're, trying to. You have no idea where he's going to come from. He's going to come from somewhere. He's trying to be stealthy and secretive. So we'll oppose his attempt to escape with your ability to perceive.
Sounding better and better. Alrighty. Oh, the dice gods love me. I've done the almost impossible roll. Oh yes, of a 5.
Wow, that's fabulous.
On 5 dice.
Okay. Hang on a second.
This is the peril of owning multiple dogs. Chances are, just like chances are that you're going to roll the average on several dice. Maybe you'll roll two or 3 on these 5 dice. Chances are one of these dogs at any given moment is going to need some kind of attention. So what's happened right now is Anthony's dogs have rolled the average. His dogs have rolled the average, and they require attention.
Some of them scored more than the average, so they're all very excited. Anyway, they're outside now. Sorry for the delay. So you have this amazing roll of 5 successes on 5 dice. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, so my friend, this is what you see. Like I said, there's the wall around the house, and likely he would be on the 2nd floor of this manor and need to, creep down the side of the house in some way as an agile teenager. But instead, what you see is that there's the wall, and then there's Pierre in front of the wall. And he sneaks around the back of the house, behind the neighbor's house, and comes around to where you are hiding, watching. And he's looking around the street, waiting for someone to come.
Oh. So I'm just kind of sitting there looking, what the heck? He cannot be a Spanish spy. Well, it's not like I've never seen anything weird before. So I'm going to take a deep breath, cross myself, remind myself.
That's a style point.
Yeah, I just... And then... woke up and say, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. I wanted to apologize again for my, his face kind of crumbles, for my cowardice.
It is okay. I put my hands on his shoulders, and it's not cowardice. You are young. And that was a very serious situation. Those men were very desperate. I was frightened too. They hurt me a little. It was okay to be frightened.
4 men, you dealt with them, and I did nothing. I just stood there and watched.
It is okay. I have found I am uncomfortable with failure. I do not like failure. And yesterday you experienced failure. You failed to act. But yesterday I experienced failure. One of them should not have hurt me, but he did. Because I should be better. And twice, very recently, I've been hurt by people that should not have hurt me. The same one. I look at one was a nun, but do not tell anybody because she was very, very powerful. Quite the fighter. But I was not expecting it, and she whacked me in the head, knocked me out. I think she was at least 7 feet tall. But you must ask my friend. But this is no matter. This is no matter.
He starts to relax in that way that young people do, and seems to appreciate the attention and the honesty.
But this failure it bothered me, and it's one of the reasons that I spend more and more time at the academy, devoting myself to that, devoting myself to practice. But we can learn from our failures. So you did not die. This is a good thing.
So does a good soldier never get hurt?
No. Look at, I show him the scar I have, and look at the knee. It's quite a scar. Do not ever mention that. I would never mention the knee scar, but
I wouldn't.
I would never say he was not a good soldier.
He says I would never mention it. Then how did he get it?
Yes. I do not know. I believe it was in a duel, but I know it makes him very uncomfortable, so we do not ask. Because he is such a good man. If he was not a good man, I might tease him about it, but he is a good man.
I wish I could study at the academy openly, but my family would never agree to an academy like this one.
They prefer a different academy.
One with more stature, as befits our position.
More stature? Could that be? It could not be Scarlatti.
Definitely not Scarlatti.
Martin speaks fondly of anatomy. It certainly could not be dance. Let's roll my eyes.
He rolls his eyes too, says, "You have no idea how many hours my cousin makes me dance now that I'm in Paris."
Dance? Really? Your cousin makes you dance? Why?
So that one day I'll be able to attend parties and, attract a wife.
Attract a wife. But you have somebody else in your family who wants to kill you, so you may never marry.
Well, you've once again spoiled the mood. You see his face crumple.
But we will not let this happen. We will not let this happen. Let us go practice.
So you make your way back toward the academy, and this time, no one stops you.
Good.
Inside, you can go to one of the private rooms to train him in the basics. And after about a few hours, then Renoir himself comes down to begin working with the boy, who seems to prefer you.
Well, I can understand, Master Onar, you know. No! Idiot! It's
And
nightmares and dreams.
Then later on, you are called in, and Denis is called in to run basic drills, and no mention is made of the boy having frozen. He's simply drilled, but you do notice that Renoir chooses to startle him often, to attack from behind often, to do things that are more advanced than what he would do with a beginner student, but focused around this idea of stiffening his courage, you'd say.
Right.
But always very polite, and he's definitely holding back in ways that he never would with any of the rest of you.
Probably because he is rich. That incredible insight of mine coming back.
So, when the lesson finally ends, Pierre once again asks if you can take him home.
It would be an honor. I shall take you home. So what time is it now? We spent more time at the academy than we did last time.
That's right. It's now early afternoon.
So, will you fancy another croissant?
Certainly. I see it's a habit for you musketeers to frequent these places.
Oh, yes, it is. It is good to be seen, to show the king's colors, to be... When you're famous, you must give the public what they want. You must show them.
So your life is the same as mine, then?
How do you mean?
You must represent the family. You must always show the family in a good light. No one must ever doubt or question the honor, nobility.
Yes, of course, yes. And we represent Louis. What could be more of a family to represent? Of course.
Certainly.
But I understand. So we get to our cafe and no Cardinals guards accost us.
That is correct.
And I'm gonna keep talking to him, but finally my curiosity is gonna get the better of me. So I'm gonna say, so I came to your house early this morning to make sure you would be okay, because I wondered if you were going to sneak out again this morning, and I did not want you to get into trouble. I'm not sure why you were sneaking out. But you...
Well, as I told you, my cousin Emile would never stand for me studying with Maestro Renoir.
Right. You mentioned this. And although your father wants you to kill somebody, but as I watched for you to sneak out, one moment you were not there, and the next moment you were there.
He swallows a little bit.
And
what do you mean?
In our academy, we are used to keeping our eyes open, seeing everything. And I'm a very perceptive man. Hold on. Commercial break. I'm a very perceptive man. However,
that's worth a style point, I think.
It is. I think so. However, I am trained to look, to see everything, counter my eyes everywhere to see the attackers coming in. So I was looking, and one moment I looked at the wall of your house and you were not there, and the next moment you were there. And I'm used to seeing men move fast, but that was faster than any man can move. So how did you do that?
I didn't. I think you did. I think maybe because of the earliness of the hour, you fell asleep.
Is he trying to con me here?
He's totally trying to con you. So double your willpower, please.
I will do that. Alrighty. And I roll a 2.
Okay. He's completely sincere.
I fell asleep. I do not think I could have fallen asleep.
And he's the con is based in his childlike innocence, his fear, and the little brother kind of bond you've got going. You must have fallen asleep. There's no way I could.
So I shake my head.
He tells you the story about how he crept down the trellis on the side of the house and then climbed over the wall and then just couldn't decide which way to go. And, he stumbled a little bit, made some noise when he landed.
It was a very tough day training today. Okay, maybe everybody I know, I think to myself, has had such amazing insight. Eugene, Luciano, Master Renoir, even this young boy. Okay.
So this cannot possibly remove all doubt or make you have a memory of something that didn't happen, but
Right.
He totally sells the sincerity, right? You must have been looking the other way. You must have fallen asleep because I cannot move fast. There's no secret exit out of the house or any of those things like that.
Yeah, something happened, but he doesn't know what. So, okay, I must look elsewhere.
This innocent boy.
Yeah. All of 12, or God knows what.
He's 9 or he's passing on 16. Right.
Mm. So, speaking of then, as I think about it, okay, and you did not know, but I've noticed that you are disguised as well, and I was wonder why.
Yes. It's because I am hunted, as I told you.
But it does not seem to work well.
No, I think I'll need the clothes of a poorer man.
Those are easy to come by.
I suppose. I suppose. It was silly of me, but if my father has told me one thing, it's that Nicholas, the man who is hunting us, is without mercy and has great resources.
This is a bad thing. I must ask my friends about this.
So, are you finished with your meal?
I am. And I'm just feeling like completely out of my element at this point. Like, I know there's something really important that somebody should say or do here, and I'm like coming up with blanks.
So he thanks you again for your service. He tries to get into your head about how it was you're able to deal with 4 assailants, and he's very much the enthusiastic fan he's starting to kind of idolize the musketeer.
Right. Well, then I'm going to take him home, unless It's early afternoon. Would you like to see some Musketeers barracks?
Certainly.
Oh, absolutely. Let's go.
Okay. So you head to the main barracks.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to go
Near
show
the
him.
Louvre, the King's
Yeah, I'm going
Palace.
to take him. Yeah, I take him on the tour.
Okay. He's certainly impressed by all the musketeers. Maybe horrified would be a good word for your living conditions, which are quite
Right.
nice, really.
Right.
Any musketeer can have a small room. Not that many of them, the older ones do, but the young ones. You all live together like this, all for one.
All for one. It builds character. Builds
Yes,
character.
but tell me, isn't there more prestige in the Cardinal's Guard?
No. Who told you this thing? This is a lie.
It's just, my my father is very religious, and often we receive letters from the cardinal, and I just I felt like the king is the king, but the king could not be the king that he is without the cardinal by his side. And weren't the King's Musketeers started as an imitation of the Cardinal's Guard?
Well, I just stand there frozen and completely stumped. Because Philippe probably has no idea. And just, I, no. We are far more prestigious. However, it is not that they are bad men. Just have a bad taste in colors.
Oh, I did not mean to offend.
Oh no, you do not offend. They're not bad men. They're just the king's musketeer. Louis is the king. The cardinal is the cardinal. You know,
You,
cardinal, it's all good, but you know.
you're right. I should have said nothing. I'm sorry for offending you.
Oh no, you can speak your mind, but the king, but do not say it loud here. Do not
And
say.
perhaps I should return to my home.
Okay, I will do this. So, I'm going to escort him back to his house,
Okay.
or his cousin's house.
On the way, everybody loves that expression. On the way, and all that it implies.
Mm.
Ahead of you, moving with purpose, with that pointing finger of, aha, there's one. 3 crimson cloaks advance.
Oh man, Ugh. I swallow hard and just continue advancing as if nothing's going on. And life is good.
One of them calls out in a strong voice. It's not one that you recognize. It says, Phillipe Moreau, King's Musketeer.
Ah, c'est moi. Bonjour.
Do you have, is this man, they notice the boy finally, is this young man, Pierre?
And who wants to know?
The Cardinal.
And why would he not to know that?
Because this young man who you have been imperiling by walking around the city is Armand de Bourbon. And Pierre clutches your arm and says, no, it's not true. I'm not. My name is Pierre Desmartins.
At this point, I'm just like, oh, what the heck?
And he must
So,
come with us for his own protection.
so I look at Pierre like, is what he says true?
No, it's a lie.
I'm afraid I cannot let you do that, gentlemen. I was sworn to protect this young man, to take him home.
So hands drop to sword hilts. We don't have time to fool with you. We're under the Cardinal's orders. No one will miss a musketeer, more or less.
Oh. If you insist.
Is that your way of saying roll initiative?
That's my way of saying roll initiative.
All right. Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Beat a 2.
I cannot. I roll a 1.
Okay, so there are 3 King's Musketeers.
Why, Dice Scars? Why?
Who draw steel and fan out, right? One directly in front of you, one diagonally to your left, one diagonally to your right. Pierre still holding onto your arm, your left arm. He's like, it's not true. Don't let them take me.
I will not, but you must let go of my arm, Pierre.
As Pierre does, and draws his sword. We'll fight together.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay. What could possibly go wrong?
Style point.
You know. Alrighty. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's see. Young boy, 3 Cardinals guards. What could
What
possibly go wrong?
Young boy goes first. And again, true to his original instincts, he hasn't been training Renoir enough. He drops into a long, low thrust. What he's been fighting the whole time you've been trying to train him is he wants to stay rooted to the spot. He wants attackers to come in and to defeat them. He doesn't want to yield ground unless he has to. And so he extends out into this long thrust to strike the Cardinals guard on your left, and gets past the man's guard, but it's just a light scratch. It will certainly hurt the man and pain him, but it's not life threatening. But it startles him. He didn't expect it from the boy.
I just yell, good.
Okay. The lead Cardinals guard comes in. Right. He has drawn his main gauche and his rapier. He comes in attacking in the high line, right? Around the shoulders and neck area, very intimidating, wanting to drive you back. While his partner circles around towards your right.
Of course. Classic. Just before I start to defend myself, using a main gauche, do I add another die to my pool?
That is correct. You add another die to your defense.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I'm really not using my defense anyway, so I think at this point I'm really just doing the parry, so I don't know that would really apply in that case.
Okay. Okay. Add it in.
But it still looks cool to have it.
It absolutely does. All right, you should add it in.
Okay, I will do that.
All right. So you need to defend against a 5.
A 5. Well,
so like I say, he's directing his attacks up here, right in your face.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to defend with a 5.
Okay. So it's one of those exchanges, right? Left and right and high and low and thrust and and you're keeping him at bay while the other fellow is circling around. And he joins in the fray, and he's attacking toward the midline, but from the side. So you're now having to move the sword much greater distance, okay, and taking away 2 dice.
Which I'm used to. I'm very good at this.
All righty.
Oh.
What?
I roll a 2.
Okay.
10 dice, but roll a 2. That's good. That's fine.
Okay, so that's 3, my friend. 3 lethal. Representing a variety of of cuts, right? Down the arm, on the leg, right across the abdomen, as you know, your attention is divided between the two men.
Oh, let's call it too lethal.
Certainly.
These
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
And now it is your turn.
It is my turn. All right, I'm going to face the man that's still in front of me, not the one that cut me. I'll save him for later, and I'm gonna
save him
just
for
gonna
later.
try to save him for later. Just gonna try to slash as badly as I can on this man. Well, 4.
Okay. That's a good cut.
But what has he done? Has he rolled defense against this?
He hasn't defended all of it. No.
Oh,
You have
good.
bloodied him.
Good. I'm gonna slash him a bit. Uh-huh.
Really?
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
So he leaps back, you know, his crimson cloak taking on a deeper hue of crimson as blood seeps from his chest.
Ah, red really does look good on you. It suits you.
The one who cut you says, "Be careful. This is Phillipe Moreau."
Ah, you recognize me. You should not have attacked me. You should have known better.
The third one presses his attack on Pierre, and they are locked in an exchange, neither one wounding the other.
Good.
Like I say, Pierre is holding his ground, so the guard is circling around. So now Pierre and the guard are behind you to your left. Can't see them.
Okay.
In the muck of the street.
He fights like he was trained by a woman. Very powerful woman, but a woman. Anyhow.
What does that even mean?
Looks like he's been taking lessons at Position de Fer or whatever. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous nailed to the floor studio.
That's right, those crazy guys.
Wearing the lead boots.
All right, so it's them again. The one you have slashed is kind of looking down at his chest, unsure if he should continue. The one who cut you presses the attack.
Okie dokie.
4.
That'll be 5.
All right. And you wound him
I
back.
cut him on. I wound him back.
So he's sticking to the midline, you know, alternating between quick thrusts and small slashes, but you catch him off guard. How do you do that?
Nice, just finally catch him off guard, just like really just kind of throw his blade back in that 1 second, just kind of stab him right in the thigh a little bit. Ah!
Okay.
Right where it's going to hurt an awful lot.
Sure. Okay, so now we've got all 3 of them wounded, and you can hear the sound of the watch being roused. Dueling is still illegal.
It is.
And 3 of their words versus 1 of yours. Unless you kill them all.
No, that is not it. I say, quickly, Pierre, we must go. My intent is to really go grab him, and as athletically and acrobatically as possible, just get past these guys.
Okay. So you seek to evade them.
I do, you know, tumbling, stumbling, jumping, whatever I need to do to get through these guys.
Awesome. Okay. So let's set it up as athletics then, and you can synergize with acrobatics.
I will do that.
Okay. And you'll have Pierre's assistance, who's also quite agile and adept at movement. So another
Excellent.
2 dice.
Okay.
And this is an opposed roll.
Okie dokie.
As they chase you. Okay.
Excellent.
So this is an opposed extended roll. You are going for 10 successes to escape.
Excellent.
All right. So if we wind up with 0, right?
Yeah.
Difficulty will be 1.
Okay.
So 1 is removed from all rolls. If you roll 0 successes, you lose successes.
Right.
So anytime there's a setback, I'll narrate a complication. Anytime there's great success, you'll narrate what you've done. So
Okay.
there's an alley off to the left, and you and Pierre are able to go for the gap because Pierre has pulled this guy kind of behind you. So there's this opening ahead of you, and we're off to the races. So your first roll.
Pick those damn feet up and run. My first roll is 4. So I guess 3.
Yes, 3.
And what are we trying to get? What am I trying to hit finally as the final number?
10.
10. Okay. All right.
Okay. Now this is opposed,
Right.
and they get 1 success.
Okay.
So reducing you to 2.
All right. That works for me.
So you're successful. You're moving into an alley. How do you gain ground on them?
I'm pretty much going to yell to Pierre to go ahead and move, to get his frickin' pick his feet up and start going. And I'm going to pretty much tumble between the two guys that I'm fighting. As one guy's looking at his blacks, and one of the others just, the other guys, and the other guy's like holding his leg, like what the heck just happened? Pretty much going to tumble between the two of them, and just make a break, kind of pushing the third guy out of the way, and just kind of running half off balance just down this alley as fast as possible.
Cool, like bouncing off the walls as you go.
Yeah, pushing Pierre in front of me, just like run.
All right, he's in front. As you go through, there's broken boxes and trash and that sort of stuff. And at the end of this slightly curved and bent alley, there's a hay cart with a horse.
Is there? Nah, it'd be much faster on foot.
They're thatching a roof. Yeah.
They're thatching a roof. Excellent. At this point, I think I'm going to try to, I don't know if I can upset the hay cart, but do something just to really kind of block it, block the alleyway with that thing.
Get enough successes, and you certainly can.
Yeah, I'm going to just stop just long enough to try to see if I can just upset this hay cart right in front of the mouth of the alley, kind of slow them down. Yep. So let's find out what happens. That's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 6 successes.
6. After the difficulty?
I'm sorry, 5 after the difficulty.
Okay. And they get 0.
Oh.
All right. So
I feel like I'm playing 7th Sea. This is great.
That gets you up to 7 of your needed 10 successes. So talk about this hay cart at the end of the alley with these guys trying to patch a hole in a roof with thatch.
Yes, I'm just able to kind of upset it. Apparently, it's light enough that it's going. Maybe the attached to the horse, it starts to break off, and it comes down with a crash. The cart starts to break. The hay is falling all over the place. Boards and everything. There's the horse that's rearing up, going crazy in front of the thing, just smashing around. So it's impossible to get through this thing. I mean, it's just
right on.
It's just going to take quite a bit of an effort,
You see the Cardinals guard who's already lagging behind. They throw their hands up and as the horse is at the end of the mouth of the alley, and giving you time to really extend your lead.
Yeah. Panicked, only half attached to the carts.
Okay. They have lost sight of you. What is your stealth?
Oh man, stealth is only 4.
Stealth is 4.
Yeah, stealth is 4.
Which means you can also add it to assist.
Okay. So then I add a couple more dice then, eh?
Yep.
All right. I'm starting to roll a big mitt here. All right.
Yeah. Remember, any big pool over 10, you can take the average.
All right,
that's true. Maybe you don't want the average.
No, maybe I don't. Because now we're rolling 11 dice here. But, gee, do I really want the average?
The average would be
5. You
need 3 successes to get away.
Yeah, I'll take the average, and then we'll roll this other die. See if we get 5 or 6. We get 6. We get 6 successes.
Excellent. Okay. So not only do you evade them, but you evade them in a direction that is beneficial for you in getting the young man home.
Excellent. So and we're hiding, crouching behind stuff, just whatever we can. Oh, that was close. This is discretion is the better part of valor. It was
You're
not that I was
amazing.
afraid. Well, yes, but I know, but it's not because I'm afraid of them. Maybe a little afraid. Fear is okay. It is that I'm more afraid of the watch, because dueling is still illegal, and there are 3 guards of the many of the watch, and I do not wish to become in trouble for that and spend time in the Bastille.
You
No
don't
one
want
wants
to
that.
dishonor your friends.
No, I do not want to dishonor my friends. So we still duel, but usually you say something like, meet me on the noof. And take care of that at nighttime hours. This was broad daylight. But tell me.
Thank you for protecting me.
Of
Again.
course. Of course, no problem. But is it true what they said? I will not tell.
It's true.
Armand de Bourbon. So, that is how you were related to this Emile. Is that his name?
He's my cousin. He goes by a different name.
Ah. I suppose you're not going to tell me. Okay. I
Some
understand.
secrets are not mine to share.
I understand. There are many secrets. There are many Spanish spies that I cannot tell you about. So I understand. It is okay, but it is true that the cardinal would be looking for you. We must be more circumspect in the future.
It is
We must figure.
irresponsible of me to be out like this.
We will figure out a way to get you the training you need.
Okay. So, you're able to get the man home and get back to Luciano to tend your minor, insignificant wounds.
Hello, yes, less than 24 hours. Hello, you will never guess what happened, Luciano.
No, you're right. I will never guess.
The good news is you only have to sew me, and I will ask Eugene to sew the clothes. Deal?
And with that, the curtain descends on this solo experience with Phillipe Moreau and his 2 days off in the City of Lights in our campaign, Lights and Darkness. This particular installment was called All Work and No Play. For those of you who are watching, we hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for taking the time to take Phillipe out for a solo session, Ivan.
Oh, no problem. It was fun.
Was it?
No, it was, but I tell you, during some of the social situations, I'm wondering, like, where are the other guys? Because Phillipe has no idea what to say here.
All right. Well, we'll talk about experience and other things later on. But anyway, I will bid you and our viewers adieu. Take care.
Adieu.